Fitzroy Readers, Story 11X.
The Forest on the Hill.
Words we know.
Name. Like. Tree. Said. With. Very. Who. Ah. You. Roof. Room. Moon. Spoon. Have. Play. Broom. Brick. Trick. Click. Flick. Quick.
Old sound.
Oo, as in roof.
Special words.
Says. They. After.
Some longer words.
Hidden. Forest. Himself. Rabbit. Look through the story. Find and say each special word. Find and say each longer word. Now you are ready to read the story. The Forest on the Hill. Jack and Beck like to visit an old hut next to a forest on Black Hill. Jack and Beck's dad says, "You can play in the hut, but not in the forest. You can get lost in the forest." Jack tells Beck you cannot get lost if you are on the track. He runs into the forest. Beck yells at him to stop, but Jack will not stop. Soon, Beck runs into the forest after him. Jack runs on the track until he gets to a big log. He jumps up on it with a grin. "It is fun to play in the forest," he says. Next to the log, Jack spots a rabbit. But it runs off into the trees. Jack tells himself not to go off the track. But Jack likes rabbits and he cannot resist a hunt. He runs into the trees and Beck runs after him. Soon they get to a rotten old tree trunk and Jack yells to the rabbit, "Rabbit! Rabbit, play with us!" But the rabbit has hidden in the forest. They rest for a bit and Beck tells Jack they must go back to the track. "If not, you and I will get lost," she says. But next to the tree trunk, Jack spots a frog. The frog jumps up a hill and Jack yells to Beck, "Quick, let's go after it!" He runs off and Beck has to go with him. They run and run, but they cannot spot the frog. Soon they are lost. Beck begins to sob. We have to get back to the hut, Jack says to himself. Help! Help! Beck yells. Help! Who can help us in the forest? Jack says. Beck yells and yells for help, and soon a man yells back. Who is it? He yells. Can I help? It is Beck and Jack, Beck yells. Will you help us? Very soon the man runs to Beck and Jack. It is Dad. Dad! Dad! Jack says. I am glad it is you. And I am glad it is you too, says Dad. Jack and Beck go with Dad back to the hut. Jack says to Dad, I will not go into the forest until you say I can. Yes, Dad says, have fun in the hut, but not in the forest. If you get lost, I will get very upset. Dad hugs Jack and Beck, and they hug him back. They are very glad to be back with him. The end.
Words we've used.
Forest. Cannot. Says. Rabbit. Track. They. Rotten. Resist. After. Hidden. Himself. Until.
Some new words.
Black. Crack. Stack. Began. Begun. Myself.